Focusing on the internal review at this stage, no criminality, but obviously the report was scathing about the approach to risk, particularly on the prime broking desk. Just tell us, do you feel that you now have implemented sufficient changes to make sure there will never be another Archegos?
Absolutely. Look, we are taking this event very seriously from the magnitude, but also how it happened. And we want to take all the right lessons. Because we're taking it seriously, we decided to publish the entire 160-page report with all the details about the description of the failures, but also the recommendations. And the failures, they are centering around an ineffective risk management, both in the first and second line, and an ineffective oversight in the investment bank and on the risk side around the prime services business. There was a lack of escalation. There was also a lack of prioritization of certain risk mitigating steps, like, for example, moving clients like Archegos from static margining to dynamic margining, things that had been discussed already several months before it had happened, but were not followed through. And we want to take the right lessons learned. We want to also take the right read across around the globe, around every business, to make sure that an accident like Archegos will not happen again.
Double-headed question here. One, have you fired all the staff related to the failings? And two, how do you retain the staff that you want to keep, given that there has been an exodus of key investment bankers over recent months? Are you struggling to retain top talent?
Well, first of all the HR-related measures we took around the Archegos incident were very carefully analyzed and discussed with senior management, with HR, and with the board, and were confirmed also with the external independent investigator. So we feel very comfortable that we have taken the right measures across both financial penalties, but also termination where it had to be. Look, overall, as you have seen in the market, turnover levels have increased in 2021 compared to 2020. 2020 was a year, because of the pandemic, with very low turnover. This has increased across the street, also for Credit Suisse. But if you take our overall turnover levels in the first half compared to previous years, it's actually at similar levels. It is somewhat higher in certain areas, and you mentioned some of the attrition we had in M&A and capital markets in the US, which were elevated. But we are investing in the business. We are investing both in people and in technology. We are determined to replace the positions that we want to replace through internal candidates and, if needed, through external candidates. And we have a very strong pipeline. If you look at our M&A and capital markets pipeline across equity capital markets, leverage finance, and debt capital markets, it's a very healthy pipeline.
Thomas, since we last spoke, you've now come to an agreement with Iqbal Khan that hopefully will settle the spying scandal. I'd be happy if you were to release financial details to me, but I don't suppose you're going to do that. But can I ask you, if you're not giving the financial details, do you believe that this settlement now takes you closer to a closure with FINMA in their investigation?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think all the parties wanted to put this episode behind us, and that's what we did. And we're not going to comment any more on any of the details.